The Jenn Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life, is an inspirational hour that'll take you on an epic metaphysical journey to discover the spiritual approach to life's greatest challenges. Dr. Jenn Royster is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Imagine having the ability to use your innate positive energy to dissolve the stuckness in your life, whether it's emotional, physical, or spiritual, through this incredible dynamic show. Get ready to be transformed from Dr. Jenn's live guided healing meditations and intuitive readings, and unveil the power of connecting to spirit, the angels, and your higher self. Dr. Jenn is passionate about helping you find the answers you're looking for through an inward journey that'll strengthen your connection to spirit and help you trust your intuition. Now, here's your host, Dr. Jenn Royster.
Hello everyone, welcome to the show. I'm Dr. Jenn, and we are going to be talking about April and a new moon that comes in later today. Today's the 31st of March, so this is the 31st to the 1st, so some of us it'll arrive to be the 1st sooner, so it's later today that this becomes a new moon, but we're going to talk about it because it's pretty significant, and it starts April off with a bang, a great one where we manifest, one where we take action, one where we set those intentions, planting the seeds for our future and which direction we want to go. Some of us has been waiting for this. This is a good timing, and it's all about the new beginnings. New moons are about new beginnings anyway. This one brings in Aries energy, which is a very go get it, take care of it, make things happen. And we also have another significant player here, Chiron, which is also known as the wounded healer. And I'm going to explain that one a little bit too. So that one's coming in fairly strong along with this new moon energy. And we're going to look at how we can make the most of this. This is that opportunity for a brand new chapter in your life, a brand new direction. Here's the thing, you can choose to ignore it. You can choose to not take any action. Nobody's going to make you do anything. You have to keep this real. It's not going to fall in your lap. This is bringing the energy we need for the motivation. This brings in the energy that we need to not be afraid to take a step in a direction that we've been wanting to go. So I love this kind of energy. It's all law of attraction written all over it. And what is that about? We set our intentions. We believe in what we want to do. We believe in ourselves. We've been talking about the self-care quite a bit in the last month or so because it's important. You want to have that in place when you start off on a venture that may take a lot of energy because you want to stay balanced. You don't want to burn out. It's so important, especially if you've been waiting, and we're all trying to get back into that momentum of living our lives and getting out there and doing things after a couple of years of really feeling like we had to just stop and wait. We're moving again. But you might feel like, whoa, I feel more tired, I feel more drained. You might find that you're overthinking a little bit more. And this energy helps remind us that it's time to take action if you want to, if you so choose to join in. So I'm going to talk about this new moon today, and we're really moving into April's energy. So over the next few weeks, we'll talk about the different energies coming up in April. But I really wanted to bring this one as a highlight for the whole show today because it's so strong. We'll work with angels today on insights and recommendations and things like that. Angels guide us. They don't tell us what to do. They don't disrespect free will. They're there to support us. They're all about a positive solution to whatever's going on. They support you and keep you encouraged when you need that. But they don't do it for you. We're just working with them to feel strong enough and confident so we can take action and do it. That's important to remember. And I know that it's like, oh, I don't want to do that. I might make a mistake. We went over that on the last show 2 weeks ago. I think it was on perfectionism. Perfectionism can be one of the biggest hindrances that keeps us from doing anything. So if you missed that one, you might want to go back and look at that. It's a big deal because if you're waiting for everything to be perfect, you may never start. You don't want to be afraid to start. And I can relate, I get it, but that one is a whole nother show that we did a couple weeks ago. So it's the most recent one. So look at that. So right now, let's look at this. Now this is offering us a fresh new start. I want to welcome all of you that are here. If you're showing up in the chat, I will get to the chat in a little bit. I want to bring the information to you, and then we can go into questions and readings or whatever. But let's look at the information first, so we can make sure we get it out there. And it's important. It's so important. I mean, planting the seeds for our future, planting intentions. The seeds are your intentions. What are your intentions? Do you have them? Do you know? These are questions you want to ask yourself. So if this is coming in now, it's today and tomorrow. So later today, tomorrow, this is when it's peaking. You usually can feel this energy. You've already probably been feeling it. Usually about a week out to a week after. Some people a few days, some people up to a whole week. But when we talk about, okay, tomorrow's the new moon, that means that's the peak, the strongest energy. So you're going to be feeling it right now anyway. And it's a great opportunity here. So if we want to start a new chapter, if we want to go in a new direction, if we want to just change it up or stop and go completely different or start a new job or quit an old job, and a lot of times they all go hand in hand. We will stop something old to start something new. You might have been waiting. You might be trying to start a new project, a new business idea. This is when you want to look at, okay, what can I do to take action to make this start working in my favor here? That's what you're looking at. So you want to set those intentions. You want to really sit down, give yourself time, respect those intentions, and then really ask yourself, do you believe this? Do you believe it? Do you believe you can do this? Do you really want to do this, or do you feel like that's what you have to do? You know, you've got to get clear on where you want to go with that. Only you can answer that. That's important that you know you want to listen to your intuition. You want to go in and feel empowered. It's not relying on, even like when we ask angels for guidance, we're asking for that energy of what they bring to help us with the decisions we're choosing. It's a big deal here, and I'm being really clear with that because I truly believe that. They want you to feel empowered. They're supporting you to be everything you can be, not be dependent on somebody else or waiting to be told what to do. That's not Aries energy at all. Aries is very confident, leadership. So you take this Aries energy and you're going to be the leader of your life. You're going to be leading. You're going to be making those choices for yourself. So if you are setting intentions, you want to be clear about them. You want to know that this is like, I've got a clean slate. I can start fresh. I can just redo this whole thing. I can redo it, or I can start brand new. It's a really freeing feeling to feel like, hey, the universe is offering us an opportunity to clear the slate, let the old go, and that means you want to let the past go. You know, you don't want to be lingering there because that's just going to hold you there. It's time to move forward. It really is. So these are times where you want to ask yourself, what do I want to start? What do I want to start? What direction do I want to take? Whoa. What intentions, what seeds do I want to plant for my future? Because this is the time to plant. This is when you want to do that. It's being clear with that. Great ways to do that are to write them down, speak them out loud. You don't have to speak them out loud, but you could write them down. You want to bring them into the physical world, is the way I look at it. So writing, journaling. If you like to paint, I like to paint, so I do that. On personal things and, you know, other ways. But I mean, I love creative. You can take walks in nature. You can just get connected with Earth again and just listen. But you want to be clear on what it is you want to do. And if you have too many directions, you might feel overwhelmed and you don't know which one to choose. You really need to focus. I get this question a lot. I don't know which one to do. You need to go with the one that's the most exciting to you. The one that you will take action now. Because you might have 5 things on your list. This is really clear coming from Archangel Michael, because I asked about this before we started the show. I said, yeah, even me, what do we do here? Which way do we go? Because I always have a lot that I could go in 50 different directions, and I have to narrow that down too. I get it. And I think, okay, what do you want to do? Well, what do you want to do the most? What excites you the most? It could be coming through to you. This would be the easiest one to implement first, because sometimes we have to put all these things that we want to do in an order. Like, I can't start them all at the same time, but this one, yeah, then this one, this. I have a plan. Triage it a little bit. Which one should I start with? The goal is you show the universe you're going to take action. It's important. This is the Aries new moon. You want to put that intention out there, and then you want to take some sort of action in the direction you want to go. Nobody can do that for you. You have to do that. I know. You do. I'm also going to talk about Chiron, which is that wounded healer here in a bit, because it could help you clear up what could be getting in the way. Okay? Because that's a deep healing energy, and it's strong too, so it's there to help us out if there's something in the way. Let's get that boulder out of the way. Let's make this happen. That's what we do. So the affirmation that I have written out for this week's show, and focusing on the topic, especially with this new moon, and use it: I plant intentions and I take action to manifest a fresh new start. You could change the ending to start my new project, to improve on my project, whatever you need to do there. If you're starting a fresh new, I mean, you could be doing the same thing, but starting fresh in a different approach. That's a fresh new start to something you're already doing. Things like that. So let's look at this a little bit deeper. Okay, so that's kind of like the gist here, but let's look at this Aries energy and understand it a little bit more. So when you're working with Aries energy, and you want to work with this type of go get it, right? No matter where you are in the world, this is when it's peaking right now, right? Today and tomorrow is when it's peaking, but you should be feeling it for the next 5-7 days. But it'll wane off, it'll start to taper off. It started to build up, so you should be feeling it already. Now, it's the very first sign of the zodiac. So this is really in astrology when a new year begins, not January. That's the other calendar. This is when this is the first sign. So this is when everything starts with the Aries type of energy. So this is the new moon, that's a new beginning, and it's an Aries new moon. So it makes sense that it would start with that one, because that energy is about, okay, time to go. Brand new year, brand new everything, clean slate, let's go. So that's what that's doing. It brings a whole new chapter. And a lot of us, I would think, are looking forward to a brand new chapter after what we've been through. And what seems to be just fading out or tapering off or waning off. You might still be going through some things that are still finishing off. A lot of times the new beginning will include that. You'll find that there's old things falling away still while you're building something new. Sometimes it's one and then the other. It depends on what it is. It depends on our circumstances, but it's quite common to feel both at the same time. So you want to think about what you want to start. Remember that. What intentions do you want to plant? What do you want to be clear with the universe here? And then you could set intentions for the rest of the year, for the next 12 months. That would take you all the way through till next February, March. You see, don't look at the regular calendar, look at the astrological signs. Aries is the first one, Pisces is the last sign. So if you wanted to, you could go month by month with a calendar, and you could work with intentions, set your goals, be clear. Don't freak out if you find that you have to adjust it along the way. The point here is, on this new moon, is to set what you want to do. It could be a do-over. It could be something brand new. It could be, okay, I'm going to restructure and improve on what I'm doing. And it could be any part of your life, not just what you do for your living, not how you pay your bills, not what you do for a paycheck. It could be a passion that you want to do. You could be still working a job that helps you pay your bills, but you have a passion you just can't stop thinking about. You need to take action if you want to bring it into your life more. You have to make time for it. That's how you do a crossover and eventually a transition. A lot of people do that. Say you want that job to be what you do for a living. It's not going to wait until you completely stop that and you haven't even started. Sometimes we have to overlap. It's a matter of motivation and how much do you want it? How much do you want it and how much do you want to put into it? So it's also a creative energy. It helps us create new ideas, come up with new plans, new strategies, new inventions. This is a creative time. The dreams that we have, the desires and the passions that we have within our heart, it fuels it. It fuels you to be motivated to do something with it. I mean, there's a reason that that's all you're thinking about. I want you guys to think about what is always on your mind that you want to do or you wish you had time to do. Or, gosh, I just want to be able to do that for a full time. What are you doing to make sure that happens? This is what Aries energy will push you to feel like. It comes in very, very, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's do this, let's do this. Come on, what are you waiting on? It can feel like that. It can also feel, watch out for the shadow on Aries energy. It can also feel impatient and easy to get irritated or annoyed with things. So just keep that in mind because everybody has their own journeys they're working with here. So don't bulldoze over top of each other is what I try to remind myself of because I was feeling this yesterday and I noticed it caught me off guard. I'm in there trying to get everything written up and updated on the website for today's show. Because I have to create, I'm writing, I'm doing my homework, I'm researching, I'm spending most of Wednesday getting ready for Thursday. The internet doesn't want to work. And it was really getting to me. I'm just like, and I went, stop it, stop it. That's how you blow the motherboards, because I have done that before, trust me. And my energy, I can't go angry and get irritated near computers. So I was quickly reminded of that by the angels. But I'm like, why isn't it not working? It just was one of those days. I had to stop, I had to recalibrate, realizing the whole time I'm looking at this energy, go, well, duh, you're feeling this energy of this moon. Get it together. You got this. You're going to go talk about it. See, I'm being honest and transparent because I'm a human being too. We all feel these things. We're not perfect. We experience people like me or that do this job and bring all this information to you guys. We feel it too. Don't think that we've got this all figured out. That would not be realistic. We're all in this together, really. So it reminded me, and I had to just stop and go, you know what? We're good, we're good. And then everything was fine again. So it could be little things like that, or you could be more impatient with someone, or you could just find that you're being more patient or harder on yourself. That's the shadow of Aries, so watch out for that. Don't let that one just take hold and run everything. Acknowledge it, and just take that deep breath and realize, no, I'm not. We're going to approach this peacefully. We're going to calm down. We're going to use this energy in a very productive, positive way. And it's really just setting that intention that that's the direction you want to go with that energy, because it'll remind you. It will. And it does. And you can't beat yourself up when that happens. Just like I couldn't do that yesterday when that happened. So if you're thinking about what you want to manifest in your life, you want to hold a clear vision of this in your head. Do what you need to do to have a clear vision. For example, like for me, I would paint it, I would lay it out, I would design this entire landscape into detail. And you want to do that. Just hold that clear vision. Just take that time to completely see all the little details, how you even have your little pencil cup holder, or if you even have those anymore, how you have your digital products, whatever. And where do you have a plant in your office, or how did you want to redecorate that house, or What did you want to do to improve yourself or your health? What was it that you wanted to do better or different in relationships or anything? Anything, all of it, whatever it is that you have going on here, whatever it is that you want to change. So if you're looking at that vibration and you have that clear in your mind, that's a very strong, clear signal to the universe what you would like to do. The universe responds to what you believe and what energy you're sending out. So you have to really be conscious and aware of the type of energy you send out, because what we send out, we receive back, you know. And we're not out there trying to make a big mess of it and it's like, oh no, I didn't do it right. No. The intention that you are doing your absolute best as you are growing and learning in this, the universe is really actually quite patient with us and gives us time. But we can also make it move too. We can shift that with law of attraction. So energy Aries. Aries. It's all about taking action. Don't forget that. It's a very powerful take action and, you know, allow yourself to dream what you want to do. Allow those wishes to be heard by the universe. Let the universe know. That's what we want to do with our clear intentions. That's the planting seeds so you know that you're going to take action. And just that little tip, reminder, look for, if you feel like, oh, I don't know which way to go, remember, this is for all of you guys that always ask me that question, which one is going to be the best one so you can show the universe you're taking action in that direction. It could be as simple as writing a blog post if that's what you need to do. It could be as simple as, no, I'm going to make that phone call to the city about that licensing I need. Or it could be whatever it is, whatever that step is that shows, oh, that's what you wanted to do. Okay, you do want to go into this direction. You need to show that you're serious about those intentions to the universe. It's like, I'll believe it when I see it, is what it feels like it says to us. That's what it reminds me of. So think about that. Now, if we have creative manifestation energies, that is really going to be powerful when you go into that creative, clear what you want that intention to be and that clear message to the universe. And then remember, take action. It's not just that part. You got to take action and then the manifesting begins. Okay? It's like, this is what I want. This is what I'm going to do and bring to the table. And then the universe starts to provide. That's how that works. But I mean, this is like the best time to me in the whole year to really put it out there, what you want to do. Now I want to talk about some more of this energy. So whenever you have, wait a minute, I lost my place. Where was I? It went taken off on me. Okay, because I have all my notes here. So when you have opportunities that are being offered by the universe to you to be creative and really support you and give you that motivation, you don't want to waste that. This is when you want to do it. So if you want to know that you deserve it, that's where your self-care comes in. You need to believe that you deserve the opportunities, because everybody has them. Everybody has these opportunities. So let's look at, everybody has these opportunities. So let's look at the other aspect here that could help you if there's an obstacle. Chiron. Let's talk about Chiron again. Chiron is known as the wounded healer. It takes you into the very deep set wounds from traumas, from ancestors, from previous everything. You know, it takes you into that much deeper area. And it takes you to those deeper wounds and struggles. And it shows you options and ways that you can find your wisdom and your strength through it. And some of the wounds, we feel like we never stop grieving. I get that. Grief is a strange one because you can get to where you're managing, but you still feel it, and it'll come up really strong sometimes. And it reminds me of that a little bit. Like, that's an example. But when it comes up, what can you do with that energy versus just let it suffocate you, so to speak. Let it just make you feel like, you're not getting anywhere. When Chiron is at its best, it is healing you through the wound. I know this is spiritual healing. This is deep. This is soul healing. You're healing through that wound. No matter what that wound could be, whatever that hurt, that pain is. And it brings in how you can utilize that for your wisdom, for your growth, for your ascension, for a consciousness, for a bigger, higher consciousness where you are more aware. And now that can be where you can help another, where you are tapping in to intuitive and psychic knowledge that comes deep from your soul. Because that's why we're here to begin with. We're, on a soul growth level, the whole experience here is about growing. Chiron's energy is strong under this moon. So we will have this opportunity to take these wounds that just still seem to be there and find the positive in it and where it has helped you and what it can do for you. It only takes that tiny little speck of light, and that's it. It just that little bit of love in that spot that just doesn't seem to want to stop hurting. So this is opportunity to look at these with the strength and confidence that, this is going to make me stronger, not take me out. That kind of thing. This energy helps you, especially with that Aries, just like, no, we've got this. We got this. We're going to do this. We're going to overcome this. I mean, to acknowledge that we have it, and we may always feel that in some way. I mean, it reminds me of a grief, like of a loss or something like that, because, I've had plenty of them. But it is, you may always feel it, but what are we doing with that? What are we doing to make us, find that wisdom, find that strength so we can do something positive with it? Maybe it's to help or understand or have compassion for another. Different things like that can help you with this. So if we're allowing it, if Chiron helps us move through something like that, it's very powerful. Chiron is also known to be the rainbow bridge. You may have heard that before, because it helps us shift to higher consciousness. Not just, someone passed and went over the rainbow bridge. It's kind of, yes, that's going to higher consciousness is what that's referring to as far as I understand that. But it's allowing you to move into a higher consciousness of being aware from a different, bigger picture perspective. So it can help you see things differently to find strength and grow through them. Sometimes we grow the most on a soul level through some of the tough spots in life. Chiron's energy being strong, we might find that we're going, okay, because it's strong under the moon, and we have to find that positive or that beauty in our own wound. We have to look at it, accept it, and give it some love here. We have that power to acknowledge it, accept it, let it make us better. Let it make us find that we can be strong and be there for another in compassion. Maybe you'll relate when you're helping someone else that's going through something similar. Sometimes we get so focused, that we're just trying to fix and deal with our own pain. We might not want to accept it. We might do all these escapism things to just get away from it. That's not healing it. Chiron helps you go there and sit with it. Not avoid it, but sit with it, accept that it is what it is, and go, you know what? That is what it is, and I am still here, and I am still capable of doing something good and making that choice to do that. If you can't do any of that by yourself, then definitely seek out assistance for that, whatever it might be. I'm not saying just go it alone, because if you want to bury it or you don't want to go there and you're just allowing it to just take you down further, you're going, no, don't do that. But this is an opportunity to overcome them, to let it rise up and be there and go, you know what, this is part of who I am now. This is part of what has shaped my life to be who I am. I can definitely attest to that personally. Because of the things we go through, it redirects us sometimes. So if you work with that energy and you find that's what's causing me to delay or not take action, that's why I'm bringing this up. Because this energy came in strong with this new moon is about putting these new seeds out there and going and going. If you find you're going to plant your new intention and then you pull back or you're hesitant to take action, let Chiron help you out with that. Let Chiron show you why you might be doing that. Because why am I not taking action? Why can't I just go here? It's a big healing energy with Chiron. I mean, this is big, powerful, deep healing that Chiron offers us. So that's good. You want to do that. So we also have, and just a little bit more, we also have Jupiter and Neptune coming together, and that's pretty rare because Jupiter is the planet of expansion. Neptune is spiritual awakening, and so you have Jupiter and Neptune, it's collective, and it's like we're getting deeper, we got higher consciousness going on, we want to plant intentions and new seeds. It's a great time to be here. It really is. It's a good time. So if you're looking to start something new with your spiritual practice, or you're starting to want to go deeper into your spiritual awakening, or start to work with more meditations, or just learn more things, this energy will probably encourage you with that. You might feel a little extra sensitive with the Neptune energy because it does open up that side, but without that side of us, we can't feel anything. So if we're shutting it down and we don't want to feel anything at all, it's hard to connect. So that happens sometimes. But this is opening up and going past that veil to higher consciousness. You're going to find that you can take these steps, you can recharge. There's a lot here. There's a shadow that makes it feel more sensitive and edgy. And at the same time, it can take us and we can soar. Jupiter, the planet of expansion and optimism, remember? So if you're really looking to get a new start here, this is an opportunity to tap into energies with this. So let me say hello to everyone that's happening over here. Welcome to my YouTube live chat. That's what we have going on. We live air stream over there. So good morning and welcome to everyone. Let's see who we have here. We got Michelle and Raven and Jody and Megan and Shadana. Hello guys, and relaxing meditations. Let's see here. Speaking right into your heart. Oh, well, I felt like I was speaking into mine too. Yeah, definitely. But I feel like this is for all of us, because if we have heart passions, if we're really wanting to get those going, this is the energy for that. Relaxing meditations. I just got back from following my passion and returned from Europe trip. Whoa, that was a big trip. I lost my passport as soon as I got home. Any messages regarding that? Where could it be? Home, airport, or with stranger? Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Well, there's this old saying that all is not lost. This was something I was taught a long time ago. The way I heard it and learned it was, all is not lost in the eyes of God. There's an angel, Archangel Shamuel, that's very good with locating objects. I know, locating objects. But as far as where could it be, honestly, what I keep seeing is on the ground somewhere or covered up. And you might want to report that one. You might want to report that one to redo that, because I don't know, that almost looks like it's lost under organic debris. That's what I'm seeing. And I'm seeing it's on the ground. I see grass, I see dirt, I see that it's covered up and it's been, like there's just stuff over it and nobody sees it. It doesn't feel like anybody has it. It feels like it's just lost in, like Earth has it. And that's what I'm seeing when I tap in. And it's like people, it could be near the airport. I don't know, because I see a lot of people walking over top of it, but they don't even see it because there's just dirt and everything right over top of it. It's just kind of buried. But I would definitely report. I feel like that one I would report, because I don't know if it's close by. I know they're not cheap. I don't know how that works when you lose one, but it probably should be reported just in case somebody does pick it up. That's what I'm feeling on that. But I'm sorry to hear that you lost that, because that's kind of a big deal. Ravenwolf. Oh, thank you. She writes, looking beautiful, you are glowing. Well, thank you. You're probably seeing the fresh sunshine I've had from the last couple of days. Very busy planting my real garden and flowers and bushes and taking care of my yard here. So that's probably what you're seeing, because I'm in a strong sun zone, so that's probably what it is, but thank you. You had your birthday a couple of days ago, and on my morning stroll, a majestic vulture made its appearance gliding right next to me. I took that as a spirit message. Ooh, that sounds beautiful. Yes, I do believe that nature will give you messages like that. I get them all the time with nature and animals and things like that. A vulture doing that, they are, any type of bird is in, and I'm sharing, you probably know this and you're sharing that, but I'm bringing this to everybody listening. Birds a lot of times they see the bigger picture, they oversee, they're above, that when we say we want to see the bigger picture, well, you have to kind of rise above so you can look, oh, okay, I see differently. When a bird kind of hangs out and hovers like that, it's more that type of bird. What is that bird about? A vulture is looking to take care of whatever is old and leaving. So to me, what I'm picking up is you have things that are closing out. You're transitioning into something, and that's not a negative at all. None of them are negative, but I feel that it's just like yep. Look at the bigger picture on what you're just trying to close out and finish up, or it's kind of like a tie up a loose end so you can move on to what you want to do or where you're going. It feels like it's actually very good. Sometimes they're harder to do than others, but it's like look at the bigger picture, because they come through. A vulture, when you watch them, they come through and they're looking just to see what needs taken care of, because of what they do. They're kind of like the scavengers. They take what's gone and done and take care of it, So that's what they do. And if they're scoping like that. So it looked like it was like there's just a couple things you might not be seeing if you're too close to it. So back up and look at the bigger picture is what I'm picking up from that. It's just so clear to me. And I still see the passport on the ground. It's like grassy dirt ground with stuff covering it. It's got to be on the ground somewhere. Hopefully in your yard somewhere. Maybe you have a yard or a path. Where do you retrace your steps? I know that one popped back in again. It's on the ground somewhere. I know. Okay. Another thing that what I want to tell you about is if you were standing true to who you are, like let's look at this energy here. If you stand true to who you are and you stand firm in it and you know that you've got this, and then you put that intention into what you want to ask the universe, this is what I would love for you to support me in. This is what I want to do. And just claim it, claim it. Like, this is what I want to do. Yeah, okay. And then ask specific, like, okay, I'm trying to figure out what step of action I could take. What could I do to move forward here and be clear that, yeah, this is what I want to do. What would you do? If you need to write that out, do it. Because there is so many different ways to approach this. It's really worth your trouble to look at what is going on in your life, what could be holding you up from taking the action. Chiron will help you with that. And just know sometimes they don't feel comfortable, but they do help us move through it. And then if you were to look at, the bigger picture, the bigger picture is a big deal. You know, you want to kind of go, well, you know, am I missing something here? It's good to just reevaluate. You're kind of going through, it reminds me of editing. You're going back through and checking your punctuation, and you're dotting your I's and crossing your T's and fixing your misspellings, and you're just rechecking things. It's an overseeing. That's what your vulture was about, overseeing. Okay, overseeing. So oh, you guys are welcome, absolutely. Trace your steps. I hope you find it. I do hope it's somewhere where you can spot it. Anyway, yes, that overseeing, and I love about the vulture because that is like, let's just take a quick look and see if there's anything else to wrap up and close out. That's just so clear to me, absolutely clear. And if that were my message, that's what I would be doing. That's how strong that one's coming in. If you were to take all these different things that we've talked about today, so you have Aries, and you have this energy of Chiron that's going to show you a couple of spots that might be holding you up, and then you're taking that action, and then you want to work with this energy. Give yourself time to do that. You could do a couple of minutes here and there if you have a very busy schedule. If you could give yourself anywhere between 5 and 15 minutes to just close your eyes and visualize in detail what you want with intention. This is my intentions. My intention is to live this way moving forward. This is what I want with my new start. When we say clean slate in this, when this energy offers us clean slate, that means we need to leave all the other stuff in the back that's been baggage or weighing us down or causing the apprehensions or second guessing, you know, all that stuff that gets in the way. You don't want to bring that with you. So that's where Chiron will help you too. It is one of the deepest healings is to work with that type of energy, and you just want to let that love into that area. It might be something that you haven't forgiven yourself about. It's possible. It could be something that you just don't trust yourself on. It only takes that little speck of crack just to let a little bit of light into that dark area, and it can make mountains move. You know, it can really change everything. So you want to give it opportunity. This is one of the best times of the year to do it. This is one where you want to listen to your inner voice. You want to take steps to make sure you have a self-care plan in place. You take care of yourself. Don't run yourself into the ground. You know, don't do that. You need to make sure you have self-care in place. You want to have balance. You want to acknowledge that you worked hard and now you can rest, you can play, the whole thing. You don't want to ignore your intuition here. You want to know that you have it, you've got this. We all do, but do you believe you do? That's a big thing, a really big thing. And then if you want to connect, remember Jupiter and Neptune, if you want to connect with that higher connection, that higher consciousness, the intuition, the psychic abilities, the gifts, the other dimensions, angels, your spirit guides. What are they? What is a spirit guide? Spirit guides are there to do that. They guide you from spirit. They used to live here, and now they're here to help along. They understand what it's like to live the human life on world and the physical because they've done it before. And you can ask. You can ask them. Angels are always there. All you got to do is ask. A very cool, I mean, you can ask them for all kinds of stuff. I'll give you a good example about with angels. It was like, I guess it was last week. Last week I was working with my dog, Emmy. Emmy is 12 years old. So she's getting up there and she's got she has a degenerative joint. So she's had it since she was a baby. She's always had it. But she's 12 and she's still moving around, but you know, it gets slower. And she gets really scared sometimes if she's hurting, and she trembles. And I'm just trying to give her a bath, you know, and it's time for a bath and she's trembling from a bath, and she used to love them. So I just We have a really big shower. It's a big walk-in shower because she's an Akita. She's big. So we just can walk her right in there. And I just sat down in the shower and I just asked angels to help me. I said, I don't want her to be afraid. I want her to feel safe. I want her to feel the energy of love and know she's okay. And this is to help her. The trembling stopped within seconds. It was beautiful. And I work with angels all the time, but this was this simple little thing for me in my life, but it was amazing. We call them angel baths now. So we have angel baths because sometimes her legs, she can't hold herself up. And so I actually have sprained my back this way before, but I have to kind of hold her with one. I mean, she's as big as me, but I have to hold her up to support her while trying to give her a bath, and because she just will cave. And they were helping me hold her up. Have you ever felt that angel that can just lift you and hold you when you need it? They came in and they were so amazing. So with animals, yes, you can absolutely ask angels to help support you if you take care of wildlife, if you're taking care of your own animals. We did energy healing that day for like an hour. It was amazing. We did all of this healing energy with her that day, but she wasn't shaking anymore. And she's doing great now. And I will never not ask them again. I couldn't have had, that was like the most simplest thing. And at the same time, it was the most powerful answering and calling and them coming in and being there. I was taking action. They were supporting me in taking the action, not just coming in and doing it all. But I didn't feel like I was in there by myself. For some reason, I was able to hold her better than I've ever been able to hang on with one arm. The whole thing. And I know this is a simple story for maybe you, but when it is something that means so much to you, and I'm doing everything I can to keep her feeling safe because dogs do that. They want to feel strong, especially an Akita. They're very stoic. They do not want to show weakness, and she just didn't know I don't know, she just started trembling. So I think she was hurting, but we were able to get through that. So I'm sharing a simple story of a simple life thing here because you can apply this anywhere. And you can find that you'll have some of these amazing miracles that you believe that a miracle is possible. You believe that they're there helping you and you're taking action. You'll feel that miracle even more. And I did that day. So it was amazing. Absolutely amazing. So don't hesitate to ask them. Nothing's too big or too small. I appreciate when they do, and then you take action, and that's when, they're there for you. Let's see here. Let's see who we got here. Oh, hi, Pamela. Let's see. Pamela is, you guys are so welcome. No problem. Pamela, I was thinking of a close friend who passed a few years ago. As I was walking up to the house, a flock of seagulls was flying over my house. I don't live near water. Is there a message there? Well, seagulls, yes, they're near water. That immediately is bringing up emotional healing to me because water relates to healing emotions. Seagulls represent water, and you're thinking, why is that here with me? Because that was someone that you thought of and it was a close friend, but emotions are healing. Your friend is also letting you know that they're healed, they're great, and that seagull coming through, they make that crazy sound, right? They make that sound that's so specific. That to me was your friend saying hello. And if there is some sort of relation to a love for the ocean or a love for the sea, it connects there, but it's also an emotional healing. It was a very beautiful acknowledgement that they know when you send love to them, and they send it right back. I mean, love crosses all the boundaries. So Pamela, that's really immediately what I was picking up from that was really beautiful. And yeah, there's a message. There's always a message. People don't think there's a message to go, oh, it's really just birds. That's just coincidence. You could say that, but I don't believe that, because when I look into everything as a message, it's there. There's always a message. And when you're willing to listen to the message, it opens up an entire new universe and a whole new world that you can discover, and you see that you're not alone in anything. But when you are thinking about a loved one that's crossed over, a close friend, anything like that, they know that you're sending them love and thinking of them, which I think is awesome. And a lot of times you do get something back, and I think you did. So I think that's really beautiful. I thought it was great. So guys, I want you to take this opportunity and really enjoy this new moon energy. This is a great energy to set those intentions. Let the universe know exactly what you want to do. Take action. You can ask for help at any time. You can ask for that help whenever you need it. But just take action. Show that you're invested in this. It's kind of letting the universe know, I'm not just asking a bunch of stuff. No, I really do want this, so I'm going to take an action in that direction. It could be writing your list out. It doesn't have to be grandiose. It just needs to be take action. Then once you take one step, take another one. Start moving in that direction. The more you take action, the more you're going to find angels will support you like crazy. It's amazing. The universe supports you. And it starts to open it up, and it starts to unfold. You have to take action. You have to show that you're in. You have to, it's very straight. You have to show you're invested in this, that you believe in it. Sometimes we don't. We feel like, I don't know if I do. Take a small action and see if you still want that. I mean, there's lots of different options here. And you can always change directions. You can do that. I mean, that's why life is the way it is. It constantly evolves. It's constantly emerging. Energy is always shifting and transmuting into something else. We are choosing which way we want it to go. And we're choosing which energy we want to focus on, positive, negative. Are we going to focus on everything that went wrong, or are we going to focus on, hey, I might have had 10 things go not so great, but these other 3 things I did great, and you want to reward yourself for that. You want to bring that energy there. And then you can switch that to where more things become positive. Don't be so hard on yourself. Watch out for that perfectionism. But this is a great time to do it. This is an absolute great time to do it. So I am going to run and head out of here. I want to wish each and every one of you a beautiful new moon energy, a beautiful time with this energy. Get excited about what you want to do. Find out what it is. Be clear. Take action. And let the manifesting begin. I love you guys. It was great talking with each and every one of you today, and I wish you all much love and happiness as you work with this. I'll see you next time on the Jenn Royster Show. Namaste.
You've been listening to the Jenn Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life. Dr. Jenn Royster is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Imagine having the ability to use your innate positive energy to dissolve the stuckness in your life, whether it's emotional, physical, or spiritual, through this incredible dynamic show. If you've missed any part of this show or any other show, visit www